Hello and welcome to another episode of Atomic Vinyl Reviews. So before I get into the topic of this video, I'll quickly apologize for the audio and video quality of today's video. I'm using my laptop webcam, so the quality might be a step down from usual, but don't mind that. Let's get into it. So, last night when I was mindlessly just Facebooking and stuff like that, a video popped up on the Australian Godzilla fans and collectors Facebook group, and that video happens to be the trailer for the next installment in the Godzilla anime series. So, the last one was Godzilla Monster Planet, or Planet of the Monsters, as it was later changed to. And this time we have Godzilla, City on the Edge of Battle. Or at least that's what I remember off the top of my head. Let me just check. City on the Edge of Battle. Yes, and that one is due to be released on May 18th this year, so very soon. Again, I'm thinking that this is going to be released in cinemas again, and then we have to wait a while, and then it'll be released on Netflix. But, you know, hopefully it'll be less of a wait this time. But I'm super excited for this film, and in a second I'm gonna take you through this trailer, and I'm gonna, this isn't exactly a reaction video because I already saw it. Like, it came up and I'm like, ooh, what's this? And I mindlessly clicked on it, I'm like, oh my god, it's actually the trailer. But, yeah, so I'm gonna take you through it and just go over my thoughts and do like a little analysis or whatnot of this trailer, because there's a lot in this trailer. Like, before I even show you the trailer, like, if you don't want like any spoilers for the film, I kind of feel this trailer might be one of those ones that shows a little too much. Then again, I've not seen the movie, so I've no idea what else they throw in, but going by the first film and how stripped back that one really was, I'm guessing this trailer pretty much shows the whole film, minus just straightening out some of the actual details and, you know, that sort of stuff. So, without further ado, let's get into the trailer. So, I'm gonna cut away, and then you'll see my screen capture and all that, and we'll see the trailer, so we'll see that. Alright guys, so I'm here with the first frame of the trailer, and now I gotta be honest, I just did the stupidest thing. I just recorded this whole section of the video where I go through the trailer and talk about it and all that, but I had some issues and I didn't have the trailer actually showing up on screen as when I did that, so I have to film this again. So instead of this being the second time I'm seeing the trailer, this is the third time now. So hopefully this time will be a bit less of a reaction than I even wanted to, but hopefully now with some rehearsal I can take you through it a bit more better. Okay, so let's go and through the trailer. Now, if you just want to watch this trailer in one big go and just absorb it, just there'll be links in the description, and or you can just find it on Google. Just search up Godzilla Sitting on the Edge of Battle trailer, and it should be somewhere. You know, it's the internet. You'll find it. And there's a plane going overhead, so it's gonna be a bit noisy. Sorry about that. But let's get into it. So there we go. I'll pause it and commentate as we go, but let's just watch the beginning. There's the title card. Now, obviously, that was just the ending of the last film, which I did like. I really liked the ending of the last film. It left like a lot of tension and was very climactic, but really built up what was happening next, because yeah, it just kind of like it felt really interesting the way they left it off, because a lot of the rest of the film was kind of not interesting in a lot of ways. Like there wasn't really as much suspense or like sort of stuff that you were like always wondering about or like curious or. But then they like left it off like, whoa, okay, that came out of nowhere. I wonder where this is going, and I was just kind of holding on to that excitement. So th this trailer like it reveals a lot. I feel so. If you also like don't want a lot of spoilers for the next film, I feel like this trailer is gonna be one of those things that could potentially spoil the film for you. It's one that shows a lot. But yeah, let's keep going.
本当に見たのか。本当だ。森の中をすごい勢いで迫ってきたんだ。
So there you have that random native girl from the end of the last film. I call her Rei Mononoke because she's basically like Rei from Evangelion with the blue hair and the look, and like kind of a bit Princess Mononoke-ish with just the vibe she has really, and sort of that wild look. So it looks like the people have now openly encountered her. And here you have a Earth civilization, so there's like already it's showing a lot. So we see that there's definitely still people living on Earth. I mean, we knew that from the end of the last one, but it was kind of really mysterious because we just saw one person. But now we're obviously seeing there's a whole civilization here, so this is pretty interesting. I'm really curious what angle they're gonna go with this civilization, because in the first film I kind of got the vibe or the expectation that the way they were gonna treat the story was gonna be sort of very similar to, say, something like Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, where we have like the monsters and this toxic jungle, and like the humans like try and barge in and destroy it, which is like, our humans from the first film. But then like they'd have the influence of like Rei Mononoke and their various and now this civilization, which I guess is kind of would have the message of like we're gonna like we've learned to live with nature and all this, and probably some hintings at to the origins of Godzilla and like how it's humans' fault or something like that, but part of nature's balance, or yada yada, that typical stuff. So let's just keep going and we'll see where it pans out. Some old people, and they're... So just take that back a sec. So there we have the two Princess Mononoke characters. So yeah, definitely going with some sort of Mothra Fairies vibe here, because again, this has been speculated about, but just look at the designs. The my screen's probably blocking one of their faces, but if you look at the one on the left, looking a bit grumpy there, but you see they have that like on their face, those like feather shaped they look a bit like Mothra's antenna, where she has that like feather, like her antenna looks like two feathers, and that's kind of what they got going on their hair. And even the backdrop on that temple wall before kind of looks like wings, so it's implying something to do with Mothra, I'm guessing. And yeah, obviously, if just hearing the way they both talk together, that's totally Mothra inspired. So I'm really excited to see if they do put Mothra in this film, because I'm a Mothra fan, even though Mothra's a bit overused in Godzilla films. But I'm always happy to see that. But I would love if they do throw in more kaiju in this, because going through later in the trailer, apart from Mechagodzilla, we don't see any new kaiju or anything like that. but I'm hoping they can throw something in there, like somebody obscure, or at the very least like Anguirus, or one of those kaiju that don't really get enough for that recognition. So let's keep going. This is pretty interesting so far, and I'm curious where it goes from.
最強の物質を手に入れた。
Got those alien guys again.
みな今度の作戦。
So let's just doing normal human technical blah 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 planning stuff like in the first film here, but I'm just curious what. It's like a big vent. What is it? Booster or something? God knows what. Maybe a power generator. But yeah, what is that? So I see it's a digital screen thing with lots of technical stuff, analytical stuff going on it. No actual words. I'm guessing this is the, I forgot what they called, the Bestiludo, or whatever that alien race is called, basically the brown ones with the spiky things, alien races technology, because they're the ones who build all the technology, really. And something organic here. Could be Godzilla related or Servum or something else. So no idea what that is, but curious to find out. This could be an interesting trailer to just go in bit by bit and analyze everything. That could be looks like an energy spike on a map. Probably that thing. Again, it's all in Japanese with no subtitles as of yet. Yeah, there's no subtitle option. And here, I'm guessing they're opening up Mechagodzilla. And that looks like, that could be Mechagodzilla's eye or heart, but the first time I saw this, I really thought it was like, it looked a bit like Kiryu's eye, the way he has that, like, stripe that kind of goes, glowing stripe that goes through, like, above and under his eye a little bit, the way these come out. These little power, you can see the power flowing through it in that sort of glowing way. And see it being activated. This little hologram of it. Obviously Haruo was reunited with them, so they're all kind of coming together. We know that happens at some point in the film. And Godzilla charging up. Giant mountainous Godzilla. I'm really curious how they handle him and how he'll, be in this film, because he was one of the best things about the last film, just the presence and the massiveness and just the sort of the energy waves he creates with just the slightest movements was just, it really built up this great presence in that film, and I hope they retain that throughout this one. In this trailer, we really only see him just being very energy, explosive, lightning-ish, if that makes sense. But, you'll see. Lots of laser beams going on. And right there was something very Shin Godzilla-y if we cut back a frame. So, yeah, so it looks like he's shooting at something which might be reflecting it. Maybe it's shooting at Mechagodzilla, which is reflecting the beams. Who knows? Or that's Godzilla there, and he's being Shin Godzilla and shooting out of his spines, and that one's just coming out of his mouth. Like here, you can do this weird thing with my mouse, so you can show you. But who knows? So we've got our new J-pop song playing over this. So let's just see how it pans out now. Ooh. And now this is one thing that I found interesting. So we've got the two Rei Mononoke chicks here, and we've got the Servums. So I thought they'd be sort of I was expecting that they'd be trying to protect the monsters or something, or trying to live with them and all that, but I don't know. But in this scene, which could imply that they're fighting each other, because there's the Servum flying here, and they're both in these defensive positions holding bow and arrows. You can't really see in this frame, but earlier I could see it clearly. Right there. And there's a servant going by. But yeah, no idea what they're doing right there. Ooh, and there we have one of our main shots of the new Mechagodzilla, which looks bizarre. And what it really reminds me of, because like you see, it doesn't have a tail; it has like these weird sort of normal sort of. I don't know. I don't really like it. It's very typical anime mech sort of Gundam style thing, but it reminds me a lot of Iris from Gamera 3, that kind of look, but like a mecha version of that. Mainly because of these wings and like the posture of its legs and even like the shape of its chest, as we'll see later. So it looks like Mecha Iris. Apart from, I don't know if it has the tentacles though. But let's keep going. Again, it's got that like neon pink purple kind of jet booster plasma stuff that pretty much everything has in this series so far. It's like Haru's piloting it. Oh, and there it is again. You can see its head there, and it's got this very angular sort of chest area here, I'm assuming. Legs down here. And its wings. Very bizarre. I'm not a big fan of this design as far as calling it Mechagodzilla. Like, if they just call it something else, that'd be really cool, I guess. Or at least alright, but it's not Mechagodzilla. Like, this is Mechagodzilla. This will always be Mechagodzilla, but this, I don't know. Again, like, I don't think, like, the technology stuff and the machines in this, they really did a good job with it at all. I feel like a lot of it's very generic sort of anime, and it, like, if you want to see some cool mechs, you know, like, you know, watch Evangelion. If you want to see some cool sort of technology stuff, watch some of the Miyazaki films with all those cool flying machines. But this is just sort of, especially with the type of animation they're using, it's still got that same glary, overexposed look that makes it hard to watch. So I don't know. Hopefully the action and the story will be intriguing and interesting when the film comes out. They got like their own little Oh, I'll get into this scene in a sec, but obviously they did have like a little there you got a bunch of the natives on the hill, and there's another. Ooh, it looks like two of those things. Maybe that's not Mechagodzilla. Maybe they're some sort of other mechs. But Mechagodzilla looks different, potentially. Who knows? Actually, there's two of them, and they have feathery wings, and I'm guessing they're not Mothra either. Yeah, that's a close-up. Okay, it's interesting. I missed that in the first couple of viewings of this trailer. It was Bascaludo or whatever alien species that guy is. That's back on this mothership. Them just being present. And okay, it's obviously like ready for battle. I don't know, its head looks similar to the Mechagodzilla one they showed, but could be different. Hard to tell. A very strange shape. No idea. Okay. Oh, see, there they seem to have like a whole battle fortress by the looks of it, which is cool. I mean, they're gonna need something with this Godzilla to even fight against him. Like, considering it's just them and the their little spaceships and whatever's left on planet Earth, it's gonna be kind of really interesting to see what they try to do against Godzilla. I hope it's not just like, I don't know, as anticlimactic, I guess, as the previous destruction. of the smaller Godzilla from the last film. But let's keep going. There we got another nice close-up of Godzilla's face, looking very textured, I guess. Intelligence. Okay, so we got little subtitles. Maybe they're showcasing Godzilla's intelligence. That would be cool. Doing something clever that they weren't expecting. Whoop. Wait, let me try and get that one frame back. Nanometal. Interesting. That probably has something to do with Godzilla's structure, because they did bring up in a lot of stuff earlier on that this Godzilla has metal. It's like plant-based or plant-like and metal-like in his the way he's built up in his cells. So this is gonna probably expand on that a bit more. Whoop, there's a couple more. Extinction and Twin Fairies. I swear there was like one more that popped up, but it's evolution, extinction and evolution. So that could be implying some stuff, but let's keep going. Oh. Now, there's two kisses in this trailer. There's this one. So, female number one, I'm gonna call her, because I forgot her name, because I really wanted to like her in the first film, but she was, let's face it, she was very boring and bland and didn't do anything. But, there obviously was something attempted going on between her and Haruo, even though she like seemed to dislike him, but obviously like him in the first film. She thought he was crazy, but still seemed to admire him. So there's that scene. Haruo looks kind of disinterested here, but that's Haruo. And then there is, wait for it. Let's go back a frame. Metphys. Whoops. Now, Metphys is an odd one. This kind of doesn't surprise me. I hope my little video screen isn't clipping the image here. But yeah, he is very effeminate. So in the first one, especially in the English dub, which was kind of funny that now we seem to have this scene. So for some reason this seems to be the most one of the most funny things about this trailer for me. So I'm curious to see where this leads, or whether, because I don't know, Metphys isn't my favorite character from the first film. He was the only one that, at least, even though he was, you know, still a cardboard cutout character, he still had some mystery behind him, and just his sort of the way he said things and did things was just kind of interesting and funny compared to other people, which felt really stilted. But with him being an alien, the stiltedness kind of made sense, and what they added to him with that effeminate weirdness and like the religious stuff was kind of just made him stand out amongst the other characters. So the more bizarre he gets, the more interesting it is, I guess, because let's face it, the characters weren't all that interesting in the first film. I did like the first film, but it had very obvious flaws. So there's one thing to be to look forward to in the second film, seeing how this pans out. Nice shot of Godzilla there. And there we have, like, you see him charging up, almost like burning Godzilla there. Just really cool, like generating a lot of heat with that beam, and yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see what this Godzilla does. And obviously the classic roar. I love that they went with that roar. Always gotta love the classic roars. Like, I don't mind if they change up the roars a bit, but like, when they do something like, 2014 or something like that, it just, I don't know. Everyone's like, yeah, 2014 roar, but I don't like it. It doesn't sound right to me. But like this and Shin Godzilla using those classic roars have been a really great thing, I think, for these movies, and just getting that right feel. Considering, like, if you're gonna change up so much in the character, at least having that roar there helps ground it, you know. But yeah, you got the title card, all lasery and futuristic. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You just got the release date now, 2018 Toho. And they're advertising something here, but I can't read Japanese very well, so I have no idea what. And yeah, that's my little trailer walkthrough and reaction for you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Oh, it says, you can't see this, maybe you can a little bit, but it says Pacific Rim here, which is interesting. Oh, Godzilla versus Pacific Rim Uprising, I'm guessing is what that's saying. Okay. Don't know what that's about, but back to closing out this video. Thank you guys for watching this little reaction. I'm really pumped to see this film. I do feel like the trailer did reveal a bit too much. Like, it showed a lot of the stuff, and it still retained a lot of the things that I disliked about the first one. I feel like there was a lot of, just visually, I'm not a fan of this this series, but being as big a Godzilla fan as I am, as you can see, I'm definitely gonna be one of the first people to be pressing that play button on Netflix as soon as this thing's released. So yeah, with that, just let me know what you guys think of this trailer. Are you excited, and was this a letdown, or does this get you more pumped up and all that? Just put that in the comments below. Well, let's share the hype, and yeah, keep collecting, and may all your vinyl be irradiated vinyl. Over and out.